Welcome to Beyond NSU. My name is Chris MV, and today our guest is Terrell Decree, 1999 alum who graduated with a bachelor's in mass communication. What's up, Decree?
Hey Chris, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. How does it feel to be back here after so long, man?
Well, it's very nostalgic. Number one, these are the halls that I used to hone my craft in. Obviously, in a different building, new digs, but it feels good, and also feels good to be amongst you all, making your path in this broadcast industry.
Thank you. And like a lot of people who have come here and have chose the things they chose for a reason. What made you come to NSU?
It's a great question. Locally growing up, I used to always attend the football games at Foreman Field with my father, and coming to the games before you got there, you would always listen to it on the radio. Hot 91.1, shameless plug. But I used to always say I wanted to broadcast when I, were able to go to college, and I used to, kind of take that path in television and production at a Votech school when I was in high school. So when I did, decide to get a chance to choose, it was either an Air Force ROTC scholarship at A&T or the broadcast at Norfolk State. So I chose to broadcast at Norfolk State.
It wasn't a hard decision, was it?
Nah, I was grateful for it.
Did you ever work in the radio station?
I did. I sure did.
How long was that?
From 95 to 99, it was a path. I attacked it. I was a freshman, and I was taking 300 level courses. I actually jumped right into 352, I think it was, which was sports broadcast with Greg Willis, one of our great broadcast professors that was here at Norfolk State. And then also jumped right with the radio station because as a freshman, even though I had the moxie, I still had to earn my dues. So I had to board op. Back in JMH, back when it was like in a closet and board op, and they were still doing reel to reel back then. So yeah, I know I took you back a little bit. But we, were in there, and yes, I had to board op for the football games and basketball games. In order for me to get my shot, I had to board op, which is dropping the commercials and, making sure the breaks are in and the audio levels are right back in the studio, which is going out to the audience.
So was sports broadcasting the only thing, your only interest when it came to mass comm?
Nah, no, sir. In high school, I had already produced state level productions, news and broadcast. I was a Hampton Roads Young Achiever as a high school senior. So I used to do the football games in my neighborhood. I'm from Camelot in Chesapeake, which is
That's where I'm from.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
So
75. Let's go.
D'Angelo Hall used to actually play in my backyard as a youngster,
Right?
and I used to call the football games at Camelot Field. So I used to do that as a youth for basically a chili dog and some sodas for each game. And as I did it, people would, down on the field would say, man, you all right. You should do that when you get older,
Yeah.
which kind of propelled me to take television production when I was in high school, Deep Creek High School. At the Votech, I went to the Chesapeake Center for Science and Technology, and I took a 2-year television production course, which just prepared me. I mean, we were, editing and, audio and working in a TV station for the city of Chesapeake, which was their public access channel, but they let the students train as well. So when I got to Norfolk State, I had some of my classmates who had never even cut on a television camera before. Yeah, here I am, had already produced, PSAs at a state level. So I kind of knew what I wanted. I attacked the curriculum. I knew I wanted to broadcast. I was on the NSU Sports Network from 95 to 99. What up to the NSU Sports Network. And so I knew ideally one more time to play with it. And in the 90s, I mean, from you all's instructor himself and all of those that we were around, we came from some good cloth. And we were hungry. We made relationships. We interned.
Yeah.
We did interns where it weren't paid. We just wanted to be there.
Had to, yeah, because that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
I respect so much because that's my I'm from Deep Creek too.
That's what's up.
2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
94.
94?
Yeah.
Damn, that's what's up. That's what's up. And with all that, man, how did, from starting off doing things in the backyard as you to going to high school to coming here, how did all that help you with what you're doing now?
Well, of course, let's take from you asking me about working at the radio station after board hopping. I got the call. Coach put me in as a sophomore. So back in the CIAA days, right before we made the switch to the MEAC, I was doing football, play-by-play with Aaron Sparrow and James Rowe. Those are some monumental CIAA times where we record-breaking. I think Steve McNair, rest in peace, my frat brother, he was playing for Alcorn State. They called him Al Air McNair. So, we, wanted to, we were tenacious and broadcasting on football, basketball with Blitz Wooten and, Cornell Penn. I'm just throwing some names out. Derek Bryant, Damian Woolfolk. I mean, these are perennial players.
Do your Googles.
Yes. So I used to broadcast, color commentary, play-by-play with some of the best names. Doug Perry and the crew, Ricky King, rest in peace. A lot of legends. Even, Ross Gordon, who does the games now, he was young and up and coming when we were there and came under the tutelage of us. And Ross has taken the banter and gone to another level with it. So we were broadcasting all throughout Norfolk State, traveling with the football team, traveling with the basketball team, interning, working at Wavy, working at the various outlets, getting out there, freelancing, hitting it hard. And what that did is when it was time to go out in the world, one of my first jobs, graduating Norfolk State, they had just built the Geico corporate landing building. I was a claims adjuster for like 6 months, and then I got a position with the city of Portsmouth, managing the municipal television station at like 22, 23 years old.
That's great.
But I was ready. I ran it for 10 years. Editing, filming, procuring, working with the city council, city management, filming all of the ribbon cuttings, covering every single city council meeting for an entire decade, public works session. Anything about controlling the visual pulse of the city's business as it relates to television and the digital communication, I handled it. And I also made the transition from analog to digital. They're still using, I left the city in 2010 and they're still using the digital Pan, Tilton, Zoom, Sonys that I procured for them back in, I want to say, 2009. Shout out to NAB in Vegas. That's one of those good, things that you do when you're working and you're able to reinvest in yourself.
That's what the green and gold can't actually behold, y'all. I would love to hear more about that, but we are currently out of time. Thank you for tuning in with us for Beyond NSU. Thank you, Terrell, for being our guest alumni today.
Yes, sir.
And behold the green and gold.